Hi ChatGPT, can you tell me what ASR is? Hi ChatGPT, can you tell me what ASR is? We can send our recorded voice to ChatGPT and get the answer back. ASR stands for Automatic Speech Recognition and so on. In this video, we want to use OpenAI Whisper to convert our voice to a prompt and send it to ChatGPT as if we are talking to an AI assistant. Let's dive in. We change to our project directory, and from there we create a new folder and name it whisper_chatgpt. We change to the new folder, and from inside the empty folders we start Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio, we create a text file requirements and add some packages. Before installing the packages, we need to create a virtual environment. Type python 3-m venv and the name of the virtual environment, in this case venv. Activate the virtual environment with source bin activate. The name of the virtual environment appears before our prompt, so we can go ahead and install the requirements. Depending on the speed of your machine, this can take a little while, and then the prompt comes back and we can clear the screen. To install OpenAI Whisper, we navigate to the Github page and copy the link to install the latest commits from the repository. Back in Visual Studio Code, we paste it in the terminal and install Whisper. After the installation is done, it's time to create a new OpenAI key. So we navigate to OpenAI and create a new secret key. Create and copy and close the pop-up. Back in Visual Studio, we create a .env file and assign the key to OpenAI_API_key. And finally, we create a file app.py to put our main code inside. We close and make room to start with the main coding part. First, we need an user interface. Gradio makes it easy to use the microphone and add audio as input. So we go to the docs and copy the sample code and use it as our starting point for this project. Back in Visual Studio Code, we paste the sample code in our app.py file. It is a very simple script. It takes the input and adds some text like hello to the text and send it to the output. To test it, we simply type Gradio and the name of the file, in this case app.py. Gradio starts and run here on localhost port 7861. We navigate to localhost port 7861 and type YouTube and get the hello YouTube greetings back. So the user interface is working. We stop Gradio with Ctrl+C and start customizing our script. We change hello to transcribe and do some formatting and bring each argument of a Gradio interface to a separate line. Next, we change the inputs from text to Gradio Audio Component with source, microphone, and type file path. This helps us to start the microphone component and record our voice. Next, we change the name of our function with F2 from greet to process, and it changes everywhere. We do the same with the argument name and change it with F2 to file path, as the function receives the file path from the audio component of Gradio. We save the changes, and now it's time to test the new user interface with the microphone as the input. So we open the terminal and start Gradio again. After Gradio has started, we navigate to localhost port 7861. This time we see the Gradio Audio Component instead of the text input. We can click on Record from Microphone and ask our question again. After we stop recording and submit our input, we see the file path of our recorded voice in the output. So our function receives successfully the file path of the recorded voice from Gradio Audio Component, and we can go to the next step to convert it to text. Back in Visual Studio Code, we stop Gradio with Ctrl+C. Now we want to improve the process function and use Whisper to convert the audio given by file path to text. For this, we first need some imports. OpenAI for Whisper and OS and .env for getting our API key from the .env file. Now comes the main part of the function. We use the open function with RB to open and read the given file path as binary and assign it to audio. Next, we get our environment variable OpenAI _API _key and assign it to a variable, and finally to the OpenAI API _key. Next, we use openai.Audio.transcribe with the Whisper-1 model to transcribe audio. We are interested in the text part of a transcript and return it as the return value of the process function, which will be displayed in the output of the Gradio user interface. Now it's time to test our code and see the speech-to-text part in action. We save everything and open the terminal and run Gradio again. After Gradio started, we navigate to the given address. We open localhost port 7861. Hi ChatGPT, can you tell me what ASR is? Hi ChatGPT, can you tell me what ASR is? As we see, Whisper does the speech-to-text job pretty well. Now we come to the final part of our project to use the text returned by Whisper as the prompt for ChatGPT. So we go back to Visual Studio Code and stop Gradio with Ctrl+C. We can use OpenAI directly or use a wrapper like LangChain. Here we want to use LangChain, and from LangChain LLMs we import the OpenAI wrapper. Then we create a LLM with OpenAI and set the temperature to 1 to let ChatGPT be creative and assign our API key. Next, we use the text part of transcript as the prompt and return the answer of ChatGPT as the return value of the process function, which will be displayed in the output of the user interface. We save everything and open our terminal and start Gradio again. Then navigate to the address and ask our question again. Hey OpenAI, can you tell me what ASR is? When we stop and click on Submit, our voice is converted to text by Whisper and used as prompt for ChatGPT, and we get the answer ASR stands for Automatic Speech Recognition. If you need more information about Whisper models and the languages supported, head to the GitHub of OpenAI Whisper. So this example gives you a starting point to create your own AI assistants and talk to your data and databases, especially in combination with OpenAI function calling. Good luck.